more because of the power of these higher performance servers. So you need a minimum of 4 frames to support a 1 RU 400 gig switch. And because of that, copper will no longer support the top of a rack. Copper only goes about 1 meter, as you know, 3 meters at best. So in order to support 50 gig and beyond, you actually have to use multi-mode fiber. And whether it's an Alpha 1 or Alpha 2, it really doesn't matter because you're not going to be pushing these to its maximum reaches. So you can get away with even an OM3. But copper can no longer be used in these next generation transceivers. The other thing you may have been hearing about is SWDM. The only reason that you're hearing about SWDM is because fiber manufacturers and some other of our competitors want to sell you OM5. You know, it's only designed for multiple 4 wavelengths, just 4 wavelengths. If you don't have a transceiver with 4 wavelengths, you don't need OM5. So there's been a tremendous push in the industry to try to get people to adopt SWDM4, short wavelength division multiplexing. But there are problems with this. The first problem is, in order to implement this, you need filters. You have to make a WDM. So if you have, say, 4 wavelengths coming through, you have to reflect out or reflect in each wavelength. And there's a very large loss associated with that on the order of 5 dB in the receiver, another 5 dB in the transmitter. I'm over time. Let me go on real quick. It turns out that SWDM is more expensive for the transceiver, just like single mode is, and you never get your money back. Even though you're using more fibers, the cost, you're starting off with a large cost, and you have to exceed the 100 meters even to get your money back, so you never do. It also exceeds eye safety limits, which is another issue, so it's hazardous if you use it. Moving forward, you know, everything is going to go parallel optics. There's only one standard so far, which is SR400G, SR4.2. The 4 means, the first number means how many fiber pairs you have. The second number after the dot means how many wavelengths. So going forward, so far, there's going to be no more than 2 wavelengths, so OM5 won't even be needed. You can get away with an Alpha 1 type fiber. Okay. I have 3 more minutes? No? I'm over 4 minutes. All right. May I continue or should I just stop here? Also, I just want to point out that channel reaches don't even exceed much. This is from the Ethernet Alliance, 96.5% of the fibers are less than 150 meters. So multi-mode fiber will support all that. In terms of single mode, I'm not going to get into this, we don't have time, but there's going to be all new single mode fibers coming out which are bend insensitive. They're going to replace the OS2. That's not done yet. So single mode fiber is really for long distance. And if you look at where single mode's being used in the hyperscale data center, only 13% of those channels exceed 150 meters. So you don't need single mode fiber for most applications. Just skip that. Moving forward, I don't know if they get copies of any of these view graphs, but this is looking out 15 years. Maybe 20. It's all going to be parallel optics. Multi-mode fiber is here to stay. You don't have to worry about deploying it. Maximum data rate. You have to. It's a combination of data rate and reach for multi-mode fiber, and parallel optics is actually the best choice to take. Okay. That I guess we don't take questions. Thank you.
Ευχαριστούμε πολύ τον κύριο Ρικ Πιπινέλα από την ΠΑΛ. Παρακαλώ τον κύριο Τζιαμπέρο Φόρτε από την Κομσκόπ.